of decisions.
Yeah. I
So
don't know how salty Reyna is right now. I don't know that is he a player that's very prone to tilt. I mean, I know that he talks a lot about tilting, but as far as his actual play being affected by bad RNG, I don't think I've seen too much of that in the past.
I know that mine is, and that it's really difficult to cool down when bad RNG happens to me. So
Okay.
if Reynad doesn't make mistakes from because of last game, I would admire him for this.
I'm looking at this hand right now, and if a spell is top decked, this backstab, tempo, and knife juggler with Edwin Van, I think you can just backstab Edwin to get a 4/4.
Yeah,
Is that even a
yeah, you
thing?
definitely don't want to. Even if you had Eviscerate, you won't want to do it in case Fake has the BGH to. You haven't seen
No, no. I
in
mean,
the
you
previous
know
game,
what?
but
He could backstab and prep, and Edwin puts it on a 6/6, which deals with Shredder that gets coined out. But you waste like one of your most crucial tempo cards.
yeah, I wouldn't use Prep just to give +2/+2 to Van Cleave. That
Yeah.
seems like a waste.
No, it
Especially
is
since
a
a
waste.
4/4 on turn 3
It
is
is a
already
waste.
pretty good.
All right, so we see Fake here. He's got like, despite the fact that he lost his juggler to the backstab, his Pilot Shredder follow-up is pretty much godlike, barring Sap. It's a perfect answer to Edwin, and it even sticks around more than Edwin ever could. So,
Yeah, but then is Reynad just gonna go Violet Teacher and then hit the face and not care about this?
oh, of course, I don't think Reynad is going to trade here, unless, well, not even if he's expecting True Silver Champion. I don't think this is a play you ever make. You just play, Violet Teacher. If you play Violet Teacher, then he has to play. If he wants to attack into the Violet Teacher, he has to use um, his True Server and the Shredder. Although in this case, we can see that Coghammer is going to be pretty much
That's gonna be strong.
like it's one of the most incredible cards for this specific situation because
Yeah.
it gets rid of the Violet Teacher, and he has a weapon left over. And then Edwin is forced to attack into the Shredder, which makes the Shredder just vomitively OP at this point. Actually,
Yeah.
it's just disgustingly strong.
It Fake is still thinking, so I guess he's also thinking about Aldoring something, but I feel like Hoghammer is way too strong.
I mean, there is like we see in Reyna's hand right now that there is a Sludge Belcher or a Drake follow up, which could perhaps in Reyna's mind deal with the Shredder. If you play Sludge Belcher, Shredder has to attack into it. But we see the Aldor in face hand, which he can then play, lower the attack of the Sludge Belcher down to 1, attack with the Shredder and the Cog Hammer, and then Reynad still has to deal with the Shredder.
Yeah.
And it can't be backstab past this point since it will be damaged by the Sludge Belcher. So we'll see what Reynad ends up doing here, but I suspect it's just going to be a Sludge Pass. Yep, didn't take him a second to make that play. It was one of the most obvious. And Fake's going to have to come to his own preferred play here. And I suspect Aldor Peacekeeper is too strong to pass, but...
Yeah,
I mean,
then
you
you
have
can
to go
even
to Aldor,
Juggler.
and it's crazy.
You can even Juggler and
Yeah.
go for the 1 in 3 on the Belcher, or just
And
get
not
a
even
free
have
knife.
to use a weapon charge, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you'd kill the slime, which would be pretty good.
Hmm.
And with only 4 cards in Reynad's hand, I don't think it's really overextending to play those 3 minions, because even in case of Blade Flurry, you have a follow-up, and Reynad's
Oh,
gonna have to
Lotheb is
use...
going to lock down a turn where you feel you're getting, tempo initiative, and all you have to do then is Lotheb, and then Reynad has to play something and pass, which gives you enough time to trade valuable minions into him. If he just plays a weapon and redaggers, you can, prevent it from getting tinkered by Harrison Jonesing. So he's got like 2 tempo answers to Reynad's setups right in his hand right now, which I think is going to play a massive role over the course of this game. Oh, the 1 in 3! Okay, if Reynad wasn't salty last game, he must be mind blown right now. This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is beyond insane. I cannot believe this.
I mean, wow.
He's poker facing us right now, though. Reynad is poker facing us, acting like, whatever. I'm used to this. This is my daily life. Don't worry about it. I can wait and fish all day.
Oh,
And of course, the juggler hits, which allows the. Oh, this is.
no problem.
I don't even know what to say anymore.
I mean,
I've got
if
no
Fate-
commentary to make anymore. This is over, man. I can't speak. This game is gonna play itself out. I'll just sit back and watch.
If Fake doesn't believe in any kind of spiritual entity.
He
I
does
think,
now.
yeah, he probably does.
Oh wow. But
So,
regardless, do you think killing that Piggle is a priority? Like, regardless of what, we're looking at the hit as like the biggest deal. But would he have ever traded into the knife juggler first?
well, Fake's gonna trade, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
And
definitely. With
you
either
don't
of
want to
the.
let Pego draw, so might as well kill it right now, get the free value, quote unquote, and just because
If this
I know
honestly, if this one in two hits,
easy
okay, I don't want to
life.
live on this planet anymore. This is.
Wow.
I didn't believe it when Reynad said he was one of the most unlucky players, but I believe it now. This
Well,
is absolutely crazy. Reynad, his poker face is starting to fade away right now. I'm looking at his face, and he's definitely starting to realize the odds are just stacking against him for
there's
no good reason.
definitely something that's not right here. This is fake RNG.
Yeah, this can't be right. This is completely fake. I think Blizzard is scripting this as we speak.
Yeah. At least, I mean, this turn's pretty good from Reynad though. So
Yeah, if there's no board clear, then that allows him to actually transition into a good turn 8 with either double minion plays, and he gets to redagger now, so if he gets Deadly Poison or Tinker's Sharp Sword, or needs to kill a 1-1, take out a Divine Shield, then he can.
yeah, I mean, with double Belcher and Lothab, it's gonna be quite hard for Reynad to press his advantage that he has on the board right now. He has the Azure Drake to draw. That's gonna help slightly, but when
Yeah,
you're
just
rogue, you
Sludge
want.
Belcher alone is actually a problem, because sure you've got the 1-1s, but you're losing your board, and you're just trading it into meaningless tempo loss. It's just, it feels pointless.
Yeah, and as rogue, you don't want to be top decking every turn. You want to
Yeah.
have multiple options in your hand because a lot of your cards don't do a lot by themselves, like preparation and backstab. They help your other cards be better. And if you don't have these other cards, it's not doing well.
Well, there's 2 card draws if you include the Azure Drake, so definitely Reynad's hand could improve.
Yeah.
So
If he gets a sprint soon or his Gadgetzan, he does have a Gadgetzan. Even Toshli could really help him get the board back.
yeah,
Just for
this
the sheer
Lothab
value
is
of the minion.
unfortunately not going to be very effective right now because there's actually nothing for Reynad to truly do with that specific with his spells. So I think at this point Reynad is almost happy to see Lothab fall down before he's setting up.
Yeah, yeah, Lothab didn't block anything.
Like you can ping that 2-2 attack with a 3-5 and heal it up if you want.
Yeah, it's a pretty good play. As long as Fake doesn't have a complete board clear.
Yeah, which he just doesn't right now.
Yeah, and I mean, with his current hand, Reynad must feel like he has to gamble in some way to
Yeah,
just
but what I'm thinking about is really like Reynad. We know that there's no board clear in Fake, but we like Reynad doesn't know that. He
yeah.
knows that if he heals up the Vile Teacher, it still dies to Lothab, and then the Drake dies to Trussover Champion. So he probably expects a mix of removal coming from Fake at this point, since he hasn't seen any, and there have been
Yeah.
3 cards sitting in his hand, probably waiting for the right opportunity. So
Yeah,
Reynad's gonna have to
that's a
play a
good
little bit
point.
more cautiously.
I mean, a 3 HP. Like, what in Paladin deals 3 damage but not 5? Apart from True Silver that would go on the Drake. I mean, there's nothing.
Alright, so Reynad here trading away the 2-1-1s and setting up a kill on the Lothab. He's got 3 minutes that can remove it. The double Blade Flurry is not exactly something I'd be super happy to see, unless I get a sprint and then start getting my Tinker's Oils and the amazing follow-ups. Other than
Well,
that, though,
with the Drake on the board, the Blade Flurry is basically a consecration, so it's not the worst. It has way more value now. And Fake's turn here is kind of awkward because I don't think he wants to play the BGH because he could expect Dr. Boom off of Reynad, so he'd like to keep it. But if he only plays a single minion, like the Belcher or the Pilot Sky Golem, if there is a sap, Reynad could have a pretty huge advantage on board.
yeah, but I feel like this play that Fake made actually just makes sure that there's not going to be any snowballs, because playing around what he has, right? Fake is playing based on what he has in hand, and silencing the Violet Teacher, I think, tells Reynad, I don't have consecration. This is a pretty big tell because if you had consecration, you would not remotely care about that Violet Teacher, and there's very little other reason to play down that Iron Beak Owl over a single 1/1. They both get killed by the dagger, so why would you care about those 1/1s? And Reyna just concede. I think the amount of RNG in